In this lecture, we will use the script we created in the previous lecture to install the HTML application on the virtual machine. So, the first thing I want you to do is SSH into your virtual machine. Once you have SSH into your virtual machine, open the script we created in the previous lecture. And the next thing I'm going to do is dock the script and the terminal next to each other. The first command we are going to run is the command that will create an environment variable for the blob SAS URL. So copy the command. To copy the command, if you press Ctrl L on Windows and Command L on Mac, it is going to select the entire line for you like this. You can copy it and paste it in the terminal. Then press Enter. The next command is going to update all the packages on the VM. Copy the command, paste it in the terminal, then press Enter. And we are now updating all the packages on the VM. So we'll give it some time to run. We have successfully updated all the packages on the VM. Type clear to clear the screen. Then copy the next command, which is going to install unzip and Apache on the VM. Paste it in the terminal and press Enter. It is now installing it. Let's give it some time to finish running the command. The command has run successfully. Type clear to clear the screen. We will run the next command to change our directory into the HTML directory. The HTML directory will only be available after you have installed Apache. Now that we have changed our directory into the HTML, if you type ls and press enter, you will see an index.html in that directory. That is why we are running this next command to remove that file, because we are going to add our own HTML file later on. Once we have removed any existing files, we are going to run the next command to download our application code from the Azure storage container. Once you paste the command, press enter. And here you can see a status 200 OK, and you can see the file here, it says 100%. This means that we have successfully downloaded the file. If you type ls and press enter, you'll see the zip file we just downloaded. The next thing we are going to do is unzip this zip file. That is why we are running this command. So copy this command, paste it in the terminal, and press enter. And there you go. We have successfully unzipped the file. I'm going to type clear to clear the screen. And once you clear the screen, if you type ls, you'll see the file we just unzipped. So you can see the zip folder and the one we just unzipped. The next command we will run will copy all of the application code out of the unzip folder into the HTML directory. Paste the command in the terminal and press enter. Once you have run the command, type ls, and you will see that the application code are now in the HTML directory. Once we have moved the application code into the HTML directory, we don't need the zip folder and the folder we unzip anymore. That is why we are running this next command to remove the jupyter.zip and the Jupyter directory. Copy the command and paste it in the terminal. Press enter. Once you have run the command, if you type ls, you can see that the jupyter.zip and the Jupyter directory has been deleted. The next command we are going to run is going to enable and start the Apache service on the virtual machine. Copy the last two commands, paste it in the terminal, and press enter. And there you go. We have successfully started the Apache service on the VM. So now let's go back to the Azure portal. Then copy the public IP address of your virtual machine, open a new web browser, and paste it in there. then press enter. And there you go. We have successfully installed the HTML application in Azure. One thing I want you to note is, if you are getting an error, check the URL and make sure the HTTP is not saying HTTPS. Sometimes your web browser would default to HTTPS. So check the URL, make sure it says HTTP. If you see the S in there, remove the S and press enter again, and it should work. This is how you deploy an HTML application in Azure. If you have any questions or there's any part you don't understand, please leave your comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.